slide?
I will put it
Okay.
Putting up the slide. See, I got Christmas music right here, Zach.
I love it.
All right, we're live.
Good, perfect. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Gay apparel.
Fa la 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 la
La la la.
Don't know the words. Fa la 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 la
La la la la.
And there was a golden chance. Fa la 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 la.
You guys sound like the Chipmunks.
What?
Remember the Chipmunks?
I remember Alvin and the Chipmunks very well.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
That does sound like Chipmunks.
Can I do the
You
Lysol?
sound
Yeah.
like a chipmunk.
Yeah, spray the Lysol real good.
Go for it.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
I got it in my mouth. That's what she said.
we seem so well organized.
Hey, what time is it?
It's almost time to start the show.
I'm ready. Can I just do the whole show? And the
I
offerings?
got to show this Santa Claus. Look at this one.
Oh, yeah.
That's your black Santa. That's cool.
This is my brother. Look at this.
That's your brother. Be careful now.
Isn't he cool?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. It's almost Santa Claus time today.
Put that right here.
It's Saint Laquarius, Dequarius,
There we go.
Nicholas.
Yeah, we'll put him back.
I thought that was good stuff.
It was good stuff.
What are we doing here today? Anyway?
I don't know.
I don't know,
We're
man.
goofing off, man.
Well, we're actually getting an earlier start.
Yeah.
I mean, usually.
That's because you got to drive back to Athens.
Yes.
Are we almost ready to start the show, or should we just goof off some more?
I'm ready anytime we
Yeah,
are.
let's
Folks,
do
this
it.
is Danny Cochran. I'll save it for the show, the actual program.
Well, that's Danny. That's Ryan.
Ryan Settles, Danny
Al.
Cochran, Al Hardy, and me, Chance.
How's everybody doing?
I hope that doesn't get dinged.
And as you can gather, we're going to discuss Pop Culture Christmas Volume 2. This is our second annual Christmas special, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice because last year was Ryan's first appearance on the Nostalgic Podblast as a caller. He called in
it was.
to our Christmas show
Oh, is
last
that right?
year, so it's awesome that you're actually
Yeah,
here.
that was.
Do I sound a little too loud, guys? Maybe it's just my
Yeah,
headphones.
Chance, you always sound loud.
I know.
You live
Can't be
loud.
helped.
I can always kill your mic.
Yeah. There you go.
Throw some reverb on there.
All right.
We need more cowbell.
Yeah. Always.
You ready?
Ready.
All right.
Hang on.
So, what's our response to what time it is? It's Christmas time. It's Christmas blast. It's
Yeah. What?
I don't know, man. I feel
Hey
unprepared.
guys, what
Buzz.
time is it?
It's
Christmas
Christmas time!
That it is. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Hello,
Al.
everybody.
Hey.
Merry Christmas.
We got a full house today. Danny Cochran's here from Athens, Georgia. Ryan Settles is here from
Also in Georgia.
Where's Loganville?
There you go.
And of course, Al Hardy.
Ta-da!
And we're going to talk about our favorite Christmas
Well,
memories.
first of all, we got to thank Danny for the food.
Oh, yes. From
Oh,
Fo-
yes.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah, it
welcome.
was fantastic.
Delicious pizza
Fully Loaded Pizza, Athens, Georgia.
Yeah,
Catered
right.
our lunch today.
Yeah.
and wings.
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper, my favorite.
Sometime I'll have to bring you guys some of our calzones. They're fantastic.
I love
yeah.
calzones.
Yeah, and our baked ziti's really good too.
Yeah.
Big ziti.
Oh yeah, it's good.
What is that?
It's ziti noodles, and then you can get like sausage or meatballs, and then it's got marinara on it, and then it's topped with mozzarella cheese and thrown into the oven, so that cheese gets all like bubbly and gooey and delicious. And
Yeah, it's good stuff.
yeah, it is. Get some
Well, I'm going to
garlic bread.
set the mood in the background while you guys talk
Okay.
Oh, please.
with a little music.
Okay, no.
Sleigh bells.
All right, Chance, what are we going to talk about today besides Christmas?
Everything Christmas. Your favorite Christmas toy, your favorite Christmas memory, your favorite Christmas TV special, your favorite song, anything and all things Christmas and the holidays. If you want to talk about Hanukkah, that's okay too. Phone number's on the screen. Give us a call with your Christmas
I
memories.
got to put the phone number up there. Hang on.
Okay. Well, the number is 678-615-7560.
Now we have it.
Right.
It's up there.
And you know what this music is from? It's from something from 1985, December 21st, 85, ABC TV. Can you guess, Al, what program this might be?
No?
Really? It's The Fall Guy. But of course, one of my favorite shows that you hate, 80s action cheese.
I don't hate the Fall Guy.
That side
It's
said it all.
It's just that that's all he talks about. All he shows is Fall Guys. I mean, geez.
Well, that's a Christmas episode with, remember the guy who played Dr. Bombay on Bewitched?
Yeah.
He plays Santa in this episode called Escape Clause,
he was
season
kind of
5.
funny. I liked him.
Bernard Fox.
Yeah,
And he was
yeah.
in Titanic.
Yeah.
He had a small part in that movie. There he is right here. Listen to him. He's saying, Merry Christmas. Anyway, I'll cut this. I just
No,
want to play a
hey,
little
Chan-
music.
Al, you're not a fan of the Fall Guy?
No.
Not after watching every episode with him.
Well, yeah, I joined. I had joined the Facebook group that you started, and I really didn't know much about the Fall Guy, but now I feel like I know.
What I do in that group is called the Fall Guy group. Is I show an episode uncut on 16 millimeter film. It's literally a live Facebook video of me filming my movie screen, and there's no iRig, so the sound is just through my amplifier.
Oh, wow.
And see, no one has these episodes. They only release season 1 on DVD of 5 seasons, so seasons 2 through 5. Only I have them.
So you're kind of bootlegging it legally?
Yeah, I'm not making
Is
any
that-
money off it. I'm not
No,
selling
I
it.
didn't
Yeah.
mean that.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's how.
That's
exact-
air quote legally.
It's kind of like
Our lawyers are standing by.
I call it Fall Guy Theater. And the fans of the show like it, and I post it in several Fall Guy groups. Anyway,
No, fantastic.
and I plug the show at the end, Nostalgic Podblast.
Now, Fall Guy, that
There you
starred
go.
Lee Majors of $6 Million Man fame.
Right. He plays a stuntman and bounty hunter in that show.
Now here's
Well, he got started on the.
That was a lot of money back
He
then.
got started on the Big Valley.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now here's a question, Chance. I personally, to talk about Christmas and Christmas toys, I had, of course, the Bionic Man, and
Oh yeah.
you know what I always wanted.
It was an action figure, not a doll. Let's be clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us be clear.
Well, totally. No, well, he had his not telescopic eye, but like you could look behind his head, and like one of his eyes was like.
Yeah.
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 It was microscopic.
It magnified things. But then the thing that was really weird is one of his arms like was covered in a sort of like a skin-colored rubber sleeve that you could roll up, and then there was two little, plastic inserts that were supposed to look like computer parts or mechanical parts. You guys don't remember that?
Yeah, I do actually remember.
I had it. I had that toy.
You know what I really wanted in that collection? There was
The
that-
Maskatron, I bet you.
Maskatron, and he had like, do you remember that? Like he had like different arm attachments that you could pop on that would, like basically just various weapons. But I always wanted the Sasquatch, man, the bionic Bigfoot or whatever it was.
And you know who played him? Andre the Giant,
Oh.
the wrestler.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
met Andre
Really?
the Giant when I worked at Turner.
Yeah.
Tell us about it,
with
Al.
the WWF.
No, it was because TBS had their own wrestling. It had World Championship Wrestling, hosted by
Gordon
hosted by
Solie.
Gordon Solie.
Great guy. Gordon Solie a great guy.
Now, Chance, you need to make an appeal that somebody needs to do a Fall Guy action figure line, so then you can have your very own like Heather Thomas doll.
Oh yeah. I guess.
Chance doesn't need any dolls.
Well, she was. Everyone remembers.
Oh my God, Chance, what's he doing
hey.
to the Heather Thomas doll?
Everyone remembers Heather Locklear, but very few remember Heather Thomas. But I remember her from Zapped
Yeah, of course.
with Scott Baio. And anyway,
Scatman
she never did
Crothers.
She never did a nude scene. She was a good girl, but she did that poster in the pink bikini in the hot tub.
Very
it was up
fa-
there,
that's a
hot
very
seller like
famous
the Farrah
poster.
Fawcett classic poster.
Yeah.
See, and Chance knows that she never did a nude scene because he has like probably spent countless hours like
Trying to
searching
find
the
it.
interweb.
It-
Like,
it was a body double.
Like certainly somewhere out there, somebody snapped a photo of her.
God.
Merry Christmas.
No.
Yeah, Danny and I are going to have a drink one day, and we're going to talk about
yeah.
chances past.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That will not be a radio approved broadcast. That will.
You know, I have been baptized, so
I might have to get Al to sign a waiver. You
a lot of those sins have been washed away.
know, I'll get Al to sign a waiver and probably several inoculations before I tell these stories.
There you go.
Now, I've got a few clips to play later in the show. Al's not a big fan of clips. Behind the scenes, he's like, Chance, people just want to hear us talk. And I disagree. I think no one gives a crap about me. They want to hear what we're talking about and the subject matter.
Well, you know, we have to mention, excuse me, that, you know, Christmas means a lot more than toys. You know, it's just that it's a cultural celebration
Christmas
all
trees?
over the world.
Candy?
I'm trying to think.
It really
Food?
is.
What? Turkey?
It's
Money?
you know, it is.
Money? You got money for Christmas?
I don't.
No.
And of course, you know, Chance knows this is preceded by Advent, Nativity Fast, and you know, the Christmas season. You know,
Yeah, see, I've got.
I love your
Yeah, my
your
sweater.
shirt.
My Believe shirt that has. I'm gonna stand up so the camera can see it.
Yeah, there we
don't
go.
step on my headphones.
Right
That looks like a Christmas sweater more than a shirt.
there you go.
So yeah, so it's got the Believe, and then there's the Yeti
Yeah.
and the magical unicorn, and these are jackalopes. Unless you live out west, you guys might not be familiar with these. But they sell them in like all the little souvenir shops out there where they've got like rabbit heads with little bits of deer horn stuck on there, and there's like
Yeah,
a
very
whole
cool.
mythology about the jackalopes that only mate during lightning storms and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Well, this is going to be a Christmas like, I don't know. It's going to be weird. You know,
Christmas this year?
Yeah,
It's
with
going to be
COVID
different.
and all this other
Well,
stuff.
was your Thanksgiving weird? I mean, I thought my Thanksgiving was pretty normal. Well, how about y'all?
Well, because you went at home and stayed with your
Right.
family. I mean, that's what normal you people do.
I went to the beach, so it was.
which
did?
beat? Which
Which
beat?
beat?
I went to St. George Island.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
Did
So
you go-
that wasn't a normal Thanksgiving,
Did you go
even
swimming?
if it. I did.
Really?
No, he
did,
went to
yeah.
the beach and didn't go swimming at all.
But
But, of
it's-
course, it's
but it's
cold. I
not
know. I'm being a
summertime.
smart ass.
No, it was close to 80 degrees there. So
Oh, okay.
Now, do you guys think with the current situation that the retailers are really going to take a beating this Christmas, or do you think everyone's just going to be like,
Oh,
No,
like-
you know,
like
I think they're
shopping
going to
on
spend
Amazon?
just as much because
I
they're
do
at home and they're
too.
bored.
Well,
and
I think they're probably
going
going
to
to
Well,
thrive.
well, my question is like, do you think they're just going to be like using like things like Amazon and whatever?
Yes, Amazon's
Oh,
going to make
So,
a killing.
so like,
Oh,
oh yeah,
God,
they're going to make a killing, but I'm talking about your retailers, your local shops that this quarter is usually such a huge financial
They're
part
probably-
of their year.
They're going to take a hit.
They're going to take a beating. So, for our listeners out there, shop locally. Spend some money where you can at those little boutiques and
Yeah.
clothing stores.
Yeah.
Because those people, they need jobs and they need some income. So I know everybody needs to be safe and needs to be careful. But let's sort of all be in this together and remember, we don't want to turn around. Like I as Chance mentioned, I come from Athens, Georgia, so there's a lot of just locally owned places, and I'm already starting to see a number of those, restaurants and whatnot that are already succumbing to a lack of business and going out of business. And of course, then there's all the people that work at those locations that now find themselves jobless.
But, these stay-at-home orders really don't. I mean, I think it's worse. I think you need to get out.
I agree
Yeah.
with
And wear
you.
a mask, of course, and get out. Now, we've all been tested, and I've been tested. Danny's been tested. Ryan's been tested.
We all got positive results.
Chance. I'm not sure
Tested for what? Tested for what?
Well, anyway, we're safe.
Yeah, don't. My wife could be listening. Al, don't out me.
Well, I want to speak to something Danny just said real quick. You're absolutely right about Amazon. They're going to make another killing. I have a friend, someone I used to work with, and she does a post on Facebook saying, "Yeah, my daughter's gotten into vinyl. She bought a record player. Do you guys know of any local record stores that would ship to me?" And I'm thinking, why don't you just go shop? Put on a mask and just go. You never heard of Wax and Facts? You never heard of Fantasyland Records? You never heard of anyway?
There's Wuck Street in Athens.
Wuck Street.
Oh, yeah, that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, but of course they're on my
Well, that's
my
Wuck Street.
poop
Well,
list.
okay. Well, to
that
clarify, there's two floors to Wuck Street. The downstairs street level location, all they do is they deal in vinyl records and stuff. Chance had a bad experience with what they call Wuck Street Bizarro that sells toys and action figures and
comic
comic
books.
and So the Wuxtree Bizarro is who you have your beef with. The actual Wuxtree Records. That's where I ordered that that CD that you wanted with the movie.
Oh God,
The wrestler.
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest. So I still have.
I want it because I like that Madonna song, "Crazy for You."
Right. Yeah.
I know I sound like a total idiot.
But anyway,
and
so
sissy,
so Chance wanted this, harder to find soundtrack from this '80s movie, Vision Quest, and I just went into Wuxtree Records, and I was like, "Hey, can you guys get your hands on this?" And they were like, "Yeah, no problem." And I picked it up like 2 weeks later. Now this is like six years ago, and Chance is still
more like
not got
more
it.
like 11 years ago.
I'm just gonna have to bring it next
And
time.
I was just at your house. I got so fallen down drunk. I got battered and bruised, and man,
Have you seen those pictures?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, no, I mean,
you don't want to see
I
them.
want to ask you about that. What
It's-
happened?
it's-
What were you guys doing over there?
Partying.
You don't want to be peeking in those windows.
Chance couldn't walk anymore, and he fell down the stairs.
And I
It was like-
destroyed some of your ceramics.
Oh, yeah, he broke
by
a bunch of
mistake.
stuff on his way
no.
down, and
Oh, no.
thankfully, I got it all fixed. I mean, he had just like this horrible, big, swollen lip, and it was all black and blue. I don't
That's
know
what you get, man.
I don't know what he did to his side, but it looked awful.
And I don't remember what I did to my side.
Wait, how long
It
ago
looked
was
like
this?
an eggplant. This was like in September
saw
of
it.
this year.
It was awful.
Yeah, I spent the night for like 2 or 3 days over there.
Yeah.
In
Well,
Athens.
yeah. Well,
Anyway.
like Chance was so messed up. Like by the time I woke up at like 9:30, he's already on the deck and has killed like 6 beers. I'm like, then he's like, hey man, do you think I could just like stay here today too? I was like, you're already drunk. Of course you're staying here. You're not going anywhere.
Man, I miss those days.
Oh
Actually.
yeah. My,
It
my,
was a throwback.
my wife was really impressed. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not.
Wives love
Oh
that
God,
stuff.
we won't go with.
No,
Oh,
no,
boy.
I'm Not, I'm not mentioning the conversation.
No, no.
That Chance was attempting to have with
Oh,
my
my
wife.
God.
Thankfully,
Please.
Thankfully, my lovely, amazing wife has a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, mine as well.
Did not take umbrage at Chance.
All right. Well, when it comes to Christmas, I mean, I want to cover your Christmas toys, Christmas movies, Christmas TV shows. Do you have a favorite toy you remember getting as a kid?
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
something you really, really wanted that Santa Claus brought to you. Do you have a? know?
Yeah. Well, I have one memorable one. I'm sure my parents got me plenty. But the Sony Walkman, when they first came out in the very early 80s, that was
Now,
just state of the art technology. Sony Walk with a cassette player.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember.
I had the good one.
I remember getting my first stereo on Christmas. Of course, it was 8-track stereo.
Oh yeah.
And I always like thinking back on it because these are the 8 tracks that my parents got for me. It was the Best of the Beach Boys. It was Sergeant Pepper's, but not like the Beatles Sergeant Pepper's. It was like from the movie with like the Bee Gees.
Oh yeah.
It was like
Great.
the soundtrack
Yeah.
of that.
Great.
The best of John. I was about to say Bob Denver. John Denver. And there
I
was
love
also
John
and
Denver.
there was also
Yeah, nothing wrong with
there
John
was
Denver.
also Kiss Destroyer.
Oh,
And always,
best album.
and always, I kind of in my mind, I always looked at I'm like, best of like John Denver, best of like the Beach Boys. Like I always kind of figured my parents probably picked those. We're buying some stereos for our sons, and and I always imagine there's probably some like long hair because this is of course probably like 1977 something like that. That there was some long haired sales clerk guy that was like, I can't let this happen to these 2 young men. So I think he probably like slipped in the Kiss Destroyer track.
Kiss Destroyer.
Yeah, so I remember that. Now, I also, this is cool. This is from probably like 78 or 79. A picture of Christmas morning.
Well, give that to my show to the
Yeah.
camera.
No, I want to point out a couple things. I mean,
Okay.
and the photo's really small, but this is that like 12-inch tall Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, I remember
Like
that,
Kenner
of
put
course.
out.
Yeah.
This box right here is the Evil Knievel stunt cycle, the original one.
Oh, check it out.
Okay, and then of course you can tell my brother he's got a soccer ball, new wheels for his bike, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But here, I'll let you hold this up. Now, talking about the Evil Knievel stunt cycle.
Well, you got Sky Wheels? What are those called? For his bike? I was a big BMX
Yeah,
guy. That's what
So, one of the toys pictured there is what I referenced was the Evil Knievel stunt cycle. So, about a week and a half ago, popped up on my Facebook that there's a company, California Creations, that has recreated or reissued the Evil Knievel stunt cycle.
That's cool.
And so I brought this with me.
Look at that.
This is the this is the new reissued. I'll hand this to Al.
Yeah.
And the really cool,
Holy smokes.
The really cool thing
Look
about
at
it
this.
is they've done a great job. I mean, it's not some cheap knockoff. This is like the real deal. Here's the box that it came in.
Wow.
It shows some of the different. There's a little stunt handle thing on the back of the bike that you can get him to do like handstands on the bike, just on his feet and all kinds of stuff. All right, Al, if you want to switch with me, hold this up.
We actually tried this out and did a video right here on
Yeah,
our
we did.
Facebook page. I'll put on
Here you go,
YouTube
Danny.
later.
Now if I can reach.
There's the box.
That thing goes fast. And you just
it
hand
does.
crank it, and we were jumping ramps with it.
Now how this thing works
There it is.
is the stunt cycle pops back into this thing. This guy right here. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see if this is showing up.
Just the back.
All right, so Al, how this thing works, man? Because I know you're interested.
Space age technology.
Hey Ryan, can you just grab that box?
Oh yeah, sure.
All
of
right,
course.
so the stunt cycle, it locks into place here, right? And then when you turn this handle, it moves this little wheel here that attaches to a similar gear on the inside of this wheel. And so once you start revving this thing up, like the wheels, they'll keep going and going and going. So if you get on like a good surface, I mean, you can jump this thing over ramps. You'll do wheelies.
Well, you had a ramp out on the street. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we forged for some
tried.
materials. So, it wasn't like I could do better than that. So now another thing that I brought. Okay, so you got that one picture. Now this is actually a picture. I'm probably 5 years old here. Here's a picture of my father reading to my brother and I the night before Christmas. And the book that he's the book that he's holding there, here it is. I still have it all these years later. Now this, oh man, I'm just gonna have my glass. Yeah, the copyright on this book. The copyright on this is from 1968, and there's actually on the front here like his red suit is actually
1968.
it's like
Gosh,
felt.
that was a good year.
But I've held on to that all these years, so. I don't mean to like monopolize the Christmas show here, but I got a funny story to tell about this night before Christmas. No, this is funny. Okay, so like I said, I've held on to this thing all these years, and kept it safe. And so the clock turns to where
the inside of it. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
you can flip through it.
Oh, not that picture.
Yeah, so I hope I haven't.
Nothing's going to fall out. Is it?
I was just now thinking like I wasn't hiding anything in there, was I? Yeah, there's Miss October or Miss December, I guess. That would be a good place to hide it.
No, look at there it is.
Oh, that's cool, Al.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So my older brother, who at this point of where I'm telling the story, he's got two small children, both under like the age of 10, and they're super cranked up because tomorrow is Christmas morning. So I pulled this out, and so it's like, here's this great photo op and like next generation. So my brother, who at this point had a little bit of Christmas cheer. You know what I'm saying, people? So he's got his kids
Some
sitting there.
eggnog.
Yeah, he's got the kids, and he's sitting there, and he's reading them the night before Christmas, and they're all fidgeting and stuff, and he's losing his mind. Meanwhile, the wife's like, the photo op and taking pictures, but this is how it's like sounded like in real life. It was like, 'twas the night before Christmas. Timmy, stop moving around! And all through the house, not a creature was, Jordan, sit still! Jordan, sit still! Creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Santa Claus is not coming if you don't stop moving, Timmy! I was like, dude, me and my wife were sitting here listening to this. And like I said, my grandma's smiling. His wife is like taking pictures like in between like these fits of outrage and anger. And I'm like, dude, this would be like the best comedy skit ever, man. And my wife and I, we're just like trying not to lose it, man. But I was like, he's like, Santa's not going to come if you just don't settle down, and then it was like, it must be jolly old Saint Nick. And it was so classic. It's so juxtaposed. So I wanted to share that story. And one last little thing, Al, you might like this. When I was just dating my lovely and amazing wife, my parents took us to the Fox Theater in Atlanta, Chance, to go see the Rockettes. So this is the Radio City.
What year was this?
Oh, man. This would have probably been about like 10 to 12 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
So that's the Radio City Christmas Spectacular featuring the Rockettes.
Talk about nostalgia. That thing, they can't have that no more in New York. New York's shut down. They can't have that anymore right
Well,
now.
one day it will reopen.
No Broadway, no Rockettes, no nothing
Yeah.
right now.
So that's some, so that's some of
Very
my
cool.
Christmas memory.
That's nice, Danny.
Now, Chance, did you remember to bring the trash compactor monster? The trash
I did not.
compactor monster.
And
That's
answer,
pretty cool.
to answer Al's question
What?
about the best thing you got for Christmas, what Danny's referring
It was
to.
a statue of Lee Majors.
No. There was a Star
Heather
Wars.
Thomas.
No, or a statue of Bill Mumming.
and Heather Thomas.
That's right.
She got like the Heather Thomas action band.
There was a Star Wars Death Star PlayStation by Kenner Toys.
Yes.
And I always wanted it, never
Oh,
got
yeah,
it.
those are killer.
Got it years later. Sam got it.
Yeah,
for me.
Samantha bought it for you.
Yeah, and there was a little monster that you only saw the head of in the original Star Wars movie, right? In the trash compactor scene. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
And they made a toy of it so you actually could see its full body. It was
whole
very
monster.
dragon-like. And your dog ate yours when you were a
Yeah.
kid. You got that for Christmas, and your dog, Mitzi.
Yes.
Ate it.
So like, imagine this, Ryan. Like, I mean, the Death Star, I want to say even in like 1970 money, it was like $70 or something.
That's
I mean,
a lot of money.
It was a lot.
Right. So, I mean, this was a big, major toy. And so, like, there was a number of parts to it that you had to put together and all this stuff. So once Christmas wraps up and I've got my huge Death Star in the box and I'm so excited, and so I go in my room and I put on all the decals and stuff and I'm being real careful and I'm following the instructions and I get this thing all like set up and stuff. And so I'm going to get my older brother to show him, be like, yeah, man, look, I got the Death Stars all set up and raw. And just in that couple of minutes that I was gone, this green rubber trash compactor monster, which was one of my favorite aspects of this toy, as Chance said, you never got to see what this whole monster looked like on film. I love monsters anyway. I love horror movies, like the old black and white stuff. I love monster magazines.
I like that.
So I like monsters anyway. So this was like such a key component of this toy. So in a couple minutes while I'm going to go get my brother to show off this cool Death Star that I've built, we get in there and we had gotten for that very same Christmas this little puppy, this little English or Boston Bulldog. Mm-hmm. And
We had Boston Terriers growing up.
and she,
Great dogs.
I mean, this bright green rubber thing was a perfect little chew toy for her. And so I come in my room and it's like the monster's like bitten in half. And I'm just immediately crying and tears and stuff like that. I'm so mad at this puppy and stuff. Of course, my mom's like trying to build some character, and she's well, this will teach you to be more careful with your things and all that. It's like, Mom, you're not helping. Like you're taking care of my trash compactor monster.
And you never got over it.
Like, I hate you, dog. I hate you. Oh no, and I had to.
Was she
I love
right
this
though?
dog.
Did it learn you?
Probably. Here I'll reference my lovely and amazing daughter Savannah, who many years ago, when she was a young girl, she had gotten this. I think her grandparents in Virginia had gotten her this big doll, and had these little like rubber shoes or whatever. And same thing happened, man. She let the doll sit somewhere, and one of our dogs that was a puppy at the time got a hold of this rubber shoe and just ate it. And so she discovers this, and she's crying. And to her credit, she's probably like maybe at this point like 6, 7 years old. And she's crying, and she turns to me. And she's like, "Daddy," she's like, "it was my fault. I should have left it where Lily could get to him." And I was so proud of her that I took the other shoe and I went in Athens. There's a place, J&J Flea Market, and I always see tons and tons of dolls there. So I took this little rubber shoe and went up there and just trying to find the same size foot on a doll that had like some rubber shoes like similar. And I found some, and then I remember telling the lady, I was like, "Hey man, I don't need the whole doll. Like, how much for the shoes?" And she's kind of looking at me like, "What? Like, do you have some like foot fetish for doll shoes?" So then I tell her the story. "Hey man, dog got a hold of this prized doll's shoe and ate it. My daughter's really upset." And so this kind woman actually just gave me the shoes. Didn't even charge me anything for them. So that's just a Christmas spirit in action.
That's cool. Well, I'm going to piggyback on something Ryan said about his favorite gift being the Sony Walkman with like the orange foam headphone covers.
It
and all
was,
that.
well, actually, that was the most memorable. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Memorable.
I'm sure, yeah. Well, along the same vein, my sister and I each got matching Sony boom boxes one year.
Oh, even better.
And I got into so much trouble at school because that was right when Run DMC hit the scene. So I would crank up in between classes. Wake up. Man, you never shut up.
Yeah, that's great.
Wake up. You know, I play Run DMC in the hall. I got in a lot of trouble with that thing. It was loud as hell. And it had the cassette, AM, FM.
Are you still allowed to call them ghetto blasters, or is that?
I don't know if that's politically incorrect or not. That's a good point, Ryan.
Well, my favorite
It
gift,
might be.
you know,
It
was a ghetto blaster.
on the same
sensitive.
vein.
No, you know, it was Panasonic. I said Sony. It was Panasonic. Sorry.
Well, my favorite gift, I remember that I really wanted. I'm dating myself. A transistor radio.
Oh,
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And so I remember getting my very first transistor radio,
Nice.
a Sears Silvertone radio.
Oh, this is Silvertone?
Silvertone, 6 track. I still have it, and it still works. It's in
I believe you.
I should have
Oh.
brought it in. It's in the other room.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
so everybody's making fun of Al's transistor radio.
I'm
It
not.
still works. I'm sure all you guys Walkmans.
I'm
like,
certainly
bro-
am not making
Yeah,
fun of it.
yeah.
I love
It's-
that kind
it
of
still
stuff.
works.
Oh man, that's funny.
cool.
I'm going to bring the room down.
What are you doing over there? What's that noise?
Just a smidge. I'm going to bring the room down and play a clip
Yeah, what
from a
is that?
classic Twilight Zone with Art Carney playing
fly in
That,
there?
a drunken
that noise
Santa
you
Claus.
hear, chances he messed his laptop up. It makes this whining noise.
That's part of my one more thing. It'll stop eventually. It sounds like a damn bees buzz around in here. But I want to play a little clip. Rod Serling wrote this. This is from a 1960 episode of The Twilight Zone, aired December 23rd, 1960. And Art Carney plays a drunken department store Santa, and this is a brilliant speech that he gave. It's very brief, and here it goes. And he's about to get fired from the department store for drinking on the job.
Will you please leave?
But it's for my insubordination. I was not rude to that woman. Someone should remind her that Christmas is more than barging up and down department store aisles and pushing people out of the way.
Now, Corwin,
Someone has to tell her that Christmas is another thing finer than that. Richer, finer, truer. And it should come with patience and love, charity, compassion. That's what I would have told her if she'd give me the chance.
well, how philosophical, Mr. Corwin. Now, perhaps as your parting words, you can tell us how we can go about living up to these wondrous Yule standards, which you have so graciously laid down for us.
I don't know.
He sounds like you,
how to
Al.
tell you, Mr. Dundee.
That grumpy old
I don't
man?
know it all I know is that I'm an aging, purposeless relic of another time, and I live in a dirty rooming house on a street filled with hungry kids and shabby people, where the only thing that comes down the chimney on Christmas Eve is more poverty.
Will you keep your voice down?
You know another reason why I drink, Mr. Dundee? So that when I walk down the tenements, I can really think it's the North Pole and the children are elves and that I'm really Santa Claus, bringing them a bag of wondrous gifts for all of them. I just wish, Mr. Dundee, on one Christmas, only one, that I could see some of the hopeless ones and the dreamless ones. Just on one Christmas, I'd like to see the meek inherit the earth. That's why I drink, Mr. Dundee. And that's why I weep.
He sounds
So there
like,
you go.
He sounds like Frank on Shameless.
Now, Chance.
Well, it was a
Yes,
great
he does.
scene, and that's Art Carney, who best known
Didn't
as
a
playing
chance-
Ralph Cramden's friend in The Honeymooners.
Since you said it was a Twilight Zone episode, like, what's the hook? Does his wish
He
come
actually,
true?
I don't want
Does he become-
spoiler alert.
well-
Spoiler! alert, he literally becomes the real Santa Claus.
So
this
he's-
elf appears. Says, "Okay, Santa, it's time to go." And he gets a magic sack.
So he's
and
able
he goes
to-
he goes to a Bowery, right? He goes to like a mission, and he's whenever someone asks for a gift, he reaches in the bag and,
And
out
like,
comes
whatever
the
they
gift.
wanted. See, that sounds cool.
It was a great episode.
Oh, it's
it
a
was
great show.
Yeah,
one
no,
of
I've
the-
not seen
It's
that
kind of
one.
like that
I've not
movie
seen
we
that
saw
episode.
with Mel Gibson, remember? About Santa Claus?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Santa
Fat
lives
Man.
in- Fat Man. Have you seen Fat Man?
I haven't seen it.
It's a brand new movie. It
We
just
just-
opened a couple weeks ago.
We saw it in the theater.
Oh, it did?
But,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
Mel Gibson plays Santa Claus because, you know, Santa's forever.
Yeah.
You know, he lives in everybody forever. And it's really a good movie. It's got a good story to
We
it.
did a movie review. We have a new segment called Movie Views, and it's on our YouTube channel, Nostalgic Podblast. If you want to see, it's
really
very
good.
brief. It's like a 10-minute.
When it
movie
comes out
review.
on
okay,
streaming
cool.
or your DVD, you should watch it. It's really good. So, speaking of movies, I mean, do you have a favorite Christmas movie that you like to watch over and over again, or you could watch it every Christmas?
Hell yes.
Every Christmas.
I'm sure I do.
For me, hands down, it's got to be "It's a Wonderful Life," and it's so funny because
Oh, I got some pictures of that. Hang on a second.
my wife's a little bit younger than I am, and so she's so resistant to black and white movies. And to be fair, a lot of those movies were like really overacted. Where it's like, "Come here, darling, and let me hold you in my arms and give you a kiss."
I got a scene from it.
Excellent. Well, we can do a clip. So my wife, like every time, I'm like, and she loves Christmas and she loves Christmas movies. And I was like, honey, this is the best Christmas movie ever made. But she'd get about 10, 15 minutes into it and she'd be all sleepy from the holidays and she'd fall asleep on the couch. But finally, one year, I was like, you were watching this thing from beginning. And of course, she's crying. She gets sucked into it and she's crying and she's so invested. And when he sees the light of day, that how important he was and how all these lives that he's affected. And so now, and it's so funny because her mother has never seen "It's a Wonderful Life." Her two sisters have not seen it. I know. And once again, they all love Christmas. And I'm like, so now, and this is probably about the 4th or 5th year now, where we're, to her mom, we're like, you have got to watch this movie. You've got to watch this movie. And there's just this resistance there. And I just like scratch my head going, this is the best Christmas movie ever.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen that movie a lot. They colorized it too, but I don't like the colorized version.
Oh, I hate it.
It's just, I mean,
I don't
sacrilege.
I've never even
almost.
seen the color. I wouldn't even.
I didn't even know it existed.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't even buy
it's
that.
out there.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Christmas movie, Ryan?
Oh, geez.
Or one of them.
The only thing I can really think of right now that I really do enjoy is Scrooged.
Yes.
With Bill Murray.
Yeah. But there's been a lot of versions of Scrooge.
Oh yes, of course. I tend to like all the versions.
Albert
of
Finney
movies,
did a really good one back, I guess, in the 70s. I'm not 70. I got a poster for it, but I liked his version of Scrooge.
And like the one with Patrick Stewart. It was like a movie for TNT, like maybe 20 years ago. It was great.
Well, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Just to clarify for our audience member, the movie that Ryan was referencing is called Scrooged. The movies that these guys are referencing is called A Christmas Carol.
No, I get it. He's talking about Bill. He's talking about.
Well, no, Albert Finney's movie was Scrooge.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Did you ever see the Christmas Carol with George C. Scott?
It seems like I have.
I liked him as an actor.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But Scrooge is good. Karen Allen's in it. Best known for Raiders of the Lost Ark is Marion. And he's in it, and I like the scene where he's smoking the joint in the tub. And anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. Scrooge is a comedy. You've seen it, haven't you, Al?
Yeah.
Bill Murray. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. And Dave Johansen or Buster Poindexter, whichever one you'd like.
But
to
everybody likes National Lampoon's Christmas
tax
Vacation.
Oh, you picked mine. You picked mine. I've got
National
a clip.
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Everybody.
Oh
loves
yeah,
that
okay.
Movie.
There's a good one. Yeah,
You got a picture of that too, don't you, Al?
Yeah, you got a clip.
Yeah. Here, I'll play a little clip. I was going to play a clip of some. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. Are you going to say something?
No.
To be jolly, fa la 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 la.
After vacationing across America and throughout Europe,
Take it, Russ.
this holiday season,
Fa la 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 la.
the Griswolds are going to play it safe.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
They're staying at home.
I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Hope you're not getting sap all over your sweater, Clark.
All Clark wants is a quiet, old-fashioned Christmas.
Sorry. Got a little knot here. Can work on that.
What he's going to get is the gift that keeps on living.
Merry Christmas.
His family.
We didn't come to impose.
Oh, hell, there's plenty of room.
Do you sleep with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is, Mom? Well, I'm sleeping with your father.
Have you got a kiss for me?
You better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got lip fungus they ain't identified yet.
But no holiday could ever be more deeply touching.
We were gonna call, but Eddie wanted to make it a surprise.
If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
We're really gonna fly down the hill with this stuff.
So that's the trailer, and it doesn't really translate to radio, to Fistful of Radio. What's the matter with you? But everyone knows this movie, and they know these funny lines. And I got a quick scene. This is 30 seconds.
They're actually showing it in theaters now. Yeah.
They are?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good thing.
It's the madhouse in here. Man.
I love Cousin Eddie, and here's one of my favorite little bits. This is only a few seconds long. Here we go.
The winter's worn, the clean, cool chill of the holiday air, and an asshole in his bathrobe emptying a chemical toilet into my sewer.
Shitter was full.
Ah, yeah. You checked our shitters, honey?
Clark, please. He doesn't know any better.
That's it.
That's my favorite scene, my favorite character, Cousin Eddie. and you know what? They kept recasting the kids every year, and I finally figured out why. All right, in the original Vacation, you had Michael Anthony Hall as Rusty, and then Dana Barron as, what's the daughter's name again in that?
I don't remember.
Susan or something.
No. Audrey.
Yeah, there you go.
But Michael Anthony Hall chose to do Weird Science instead of European Vacation, so they had to recast him, and so they recast him, and then Dana Hill as the daughter. But every year they'd have a different kid, which was kind of funny. And in Christmas Vacation, the son Rusty is played by the actor who went on to be in Big Bang Theory, the star of Big Bang Theory. That's the little kid. All right.
I never watched that show.
Okay, you all seem so underwhelmed, so I guess it's not as interesting as I thought it was.
Well, what about the movie?
And Julia Lewis, and not Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I gotta cut his mic off.
Juliette Lewis plays the daughter in Christmas Vacation, and
yeah.
You know Juliette Lewis, the musician, actor. Anyway.
Yes, of course.
What about the movie Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin? You like that?
That's a Christmas movie. Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
You know who's in that movie?
All kinds of people.
Macaulay Culkin.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's a cameo.
He's a cameo in it. Yeah. So I've seen it, but I don't care to see Christmas Vacation again, really, and I don't care to see.
You don't?
It's funny.
I've seen it.
I watch that every year.
But I've seen it.
I think
You
it's
watch
funny.
it every year, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like A Wonderful Life. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you do about all the movies. I love it though.
But one of the most beloved Christmas movies is Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, that's a great.
Oh, there you go. Of course.
That's really good.
Have you guys seen? I think it's called Deck the Halls, but it's got Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito in it, and it's very similar humor.
I may have seen that.
It's very similar humor to Christmas Vacation, where the thing is like Matthew Broderick, and he lives in a smaller town, and he's in that town. He's like Mr. Christmas.
Yeah,
he's always got like the most decorations and the best tree and all that stuff, and that's like it's really his gig. And then Danny DeVito comes blowing into town with his family, and so he like sort of usurps this guy's title, where Danny DeVito has a vision where he wants to have so many lights on his house that it can be seen from outer space.
Yeah, right on.
But some of those Christmas lights are tacky. I mean, people over decorate, don't you think?
Yeah, they do. There's a house near Chastain Park. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, as we record this Podblast, as we always are. And there's a house, and they spend I think it's a $2,000 a month power bill just to light the Christmas lights. There's so many across from the Chastain Park golf course. Yeah. Or maybe it's more than that. I think it's like $6,000 a month.
I like simple decorations. I like to see a house with just the candles in the window. I think that looks great. I don't like all these lights everywhere.
Down in my head.
I would have I just have no interest in doing that kind of decorating.
Is Chance driving you crazy?
No, there's the volumes coming through my headphones like really, really
Well, you got to turn it down right there.
I know. I'm trying to figure out which number he is.
Well, you plugged it up.
I don't know how to do that stuff.
By God.
Jeez. Which one are you?
Okay, there.
All right, well, we're figuring out this audio. I got another clip. Last year, I felt bad. I neglected the urban comedies and the urban Christmas shows and Christmas specials. So everybody loves Red Fox. Here's a quick clip of Sanford and Son Christmas from 1975. Check it out.
You're a little late for dinner and eggnog.
I am. Well, I'm too late for the Christmas Carol.
Not until the clock hits 12.
Good.
Go ahead, start one, friend. Go ahead.
Yes, no, I don't want to sing nothing. A flat. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys, goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeers really know.
Where's that?
So there you have it.
All right.
I didn't want to play the whole thing. I was getting all concerned. We're going to get in trouble.
Where's Aunt Esther? She should be in
She's
there.
standing right by his side. Here,
Oh.
leave it in the background when we talk. It's almost over. But look, Al, look.
Oh, okay.
See, they're all together.
Although it's been said many times, many ways.
I love his voice.
Merry Christmas.
So sing along, everybody.
Well, speaking of iconic Christmas TV shows, how about
Charlie Brown Christmas, man?
that one and
that's my
Rudolph
favorite.
the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Yes.
with Burl Ives?
You know,
Oh,
guys,
yes, of course.
I dropped the ball, Chance, with all the different props that I brought. I had the little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, with the single bulb on it.
Didn't you bring that one?
I did.
Yeah,
I know. And
last year.
I was trying to find the elf microphone and stuff that Chance had asked me to bring, and I found it. And I was like, I told my wife, I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna bring that Charlie Brown Christmas tree. And then I was loading up my car, and I got the Evel Knievel stunt cycle, and I found the Christmas Night Before Christmas book and all that stuff, and I left the Charlie Brown.
We forgive you, Danny.
Well, yeah, you didn't bring the trash
You
compactor
were
monster.
forgiven, friend.
He was going to reunite me again with the trash compactor monster. It was going to be a thing because he did it last
Oh,
Christmas.
sweet. Well, that's fantastic.
And I dropped the ball. I didn't
That's
bring the
cool.
gosh darn monster. But last year, you asked me about a special in last year's show. I was reviewing it, so I didn't duplicate anything that we covered. You asked me about the Fat Albert Christmas. He said, wasn't there a Fat Albert Christmas special? And by God, there was. And here's a very brief clip. Check out the opening of it.
How long is this one?
This is the Fat Albert Christmas special.
Oh, man.
Don't you like the music, Al?
I like it all right, yeah.
You have the biggest frown on your face. Guys, you should hear. It's funny. He cuts the mics and I'm doing the clips. He goes, how long is this one? We love you, man.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but music cool.
But
What was that?
this is a visual thing. It's just music.
No, it's
Oh, shit.
music. It's the
Sorry
music,
about
actually. It's not a visual thing. You don't like music? What was that? You dropped your phone?
I dropped my phone.
Oh.
All right. Well, I just wanted to prove that there is
There
indeed
isn't a
from
Fat Albert.
1977 the Fat Albert Christmas special, and it's on YouTube if you want to look at it.
Well, do they still show the
Leave it playing
the
in the
Burl
background.
Ives, Rudolph the Red-Nosed
I'm
Reindeer?
sure.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sure they do.
They do. But ABC Family is no more. The cable, it was a great cable channel. Now it's Freeform. They rebranded themselves, which I thought was dumb. I like ABC Family. And Ryan's wife loves the Hallmark Christmas
Oh, yes, I did want to
movies.
bring that up. Yeah, man, you can really make a game out of it, like a bingo game.
Well, there's I have on the
My wife
screen. I have
actually brought-
Burl Ives as Santa Claus and then Rudolph.
Oh, yeah. The classics, of course.
I want to say when I go back now and
That's
I
from
watch
1963, I believe. It's really old.
when you go back now and you watch the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa's really kind of a tool, man. He's like,
You said that last year.
it's true, man. Like I mean, or even okay, so like. All right, they're trying to cover up Rudolph's nose, and his dad, Donner,
Yeah.
keeps like digging up black mud and covering it, right? He's like, I don't like the way I talk, Dad, do I have to wear it, And anyway, so like Santa shows up and he's all like, all the young bucks are gonna get together and he's all happy, and then the little mud nose falls off and Rudolph's nose glows, and like Santa like literally turns to the guy's dad and he's like I'm awfully disappointed in you, Donner. I'm like, what is this, man? Like, what I hate like I'm disappointed in you and your freak son. I was like, what kind of monster are you, Santa? But anyway, if you go back and watch it, you're kind of like I mean, even like he's all like bored, like the elves. They all assemble together and they've come up with this like song that they're gonna sing for Santa, and he's all like literally like just sitting there like why do I have to like listen to this freaking elf song?
He's sick at
He's
Christmas,
really kind of a jerk, man.
Yeah.
Once again, because I love monsters, my favorite thing about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the abominable snow monster of the
that
north.
was my favorite too. When I was
I've got a
kid,
couple
for sure.
ornaments of him.
Oh, do you?
It's there. What are you talking about?
Just playing a little background music while you tell your story.
Yeah, so we were talking about the abominable snow monster of the north, and And my other favorite character from that is Yukon Cornelius, with his little hatchet that he keeps throwing up in the air. And
Do they still show that on television?
I'm sure they do. Alex, I own
Probably
probably
they
50
stream
different
it or
Christmas
something
movies,
like that. I don't know.
Now, I didn't even realize this till years later, but the actress, the voice of Rudolph, went on to do the voice in the Care Bears of, like, I don't know, the main Care Bear with, like, the heart.
Right.
Happy Heart Bear. I don't know.
She had her heart on.
Oh, yeah.
Old
I remember
joke.
that. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so
or he had his heart on, whatever.
So what's everybody getting for Christmas this year?
My wife and I, we don't exchange
This is
presents.
a perfect opportunity to throw out some hints.
My wife and I, we don't give each other presents, so we're like, I mean,
isn't that interesting? You've mentioned that to me in private before. I think
know.
that's cool. I'm not knocking it.
No.
That's very unusual.
I mean, like last Christmas.
I was really hoping you guys were going to throw out like expensive things because I was going to ask for something nice instead. That backfired.
Like last year, my daughter was actually going to be visiting other family for Christmas, so it was like, I mean, we decorated the house and stuff, but on Christmas Day, it was like, so we did zero Christmas shopping. We had zero stress. We went out to eat at the sushi place for dinner.
Yeah.
So you're about the relationship, not about the gift.
Hello, who is this? Hello,
Nostalgic Podblast. You're on the air.
Hey, this is Hunter.
Hey, I know that guy.
Hunter, how you doing?
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
We're talking about Christmas. Go ahead, man.
He knows.
Yeah, I see. I was wondering if y'all remember the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where the elf wanted to be a dentist.
Yes.
Really? A dentist?
Hermie, he wanted to be a dentist. Yeah.
Bing Crosby saying.
Oh, that's right.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Well, I was pointing out in Rudolph how like Santa was a jerk in there, but so was the head elf, because remember he's like, we got dolls that cry, we got dolls that walk, we don't need dolls that chew. It's like going back, there was like a bunch of really jerks in the Rudolph movie. I'm telling you, go back and watch. You'll be like, yeah, man.
No, it's the old '60s animated thing.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
We were talking about earlier.
So what are you asking for Christmas, Hunter?
What am I? What?
What are you going to ask for?
What do you want Santa Claus to bring in?
Well, tell Santa what you want, little boy.
Yeah.
Maybe a PlayStation 5.
Oh,
wow. Those are hard to come by, man.
He's coming out of the gate strong.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
Go bold, man.
Now, is that current PlayStation?
Yes,
current?
it's brand new. Has a new console. It's a hot.
But
item.
how come it's hard to?
Do you think you deserve
demand,
one?
supply and demand, and
I
everyone's
see.
at home because of COVID-19 to play video games. So demand is extremely high right now.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan, are you a video game guy?
Not really.
Well, Hunter, apparently, if you want this, all the guys at work are really excited about some game that is supposed to be released soon. It's called like Star Citizen. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't.
Okay then. Good talking to you, Hunter. Thanks for calling in. I know very little about it, other than this game has been in production for like close to a decade now. And it's called Star Citizen. It's supposed to be some really like expansive universe that constantly like keeps expanding and self-creating and stuff. And I don't know. All the guys at work, they talk about two things all the time. Three things. One being
all I know is the graphics are supposed to be through the roof.
Yeah, man, and but these guys, they love that, and Dungeons and Dragons, and I didn't even know Dungeons and Dragons was still a thing, but like,
I wouldn't.
So
know.
for Christmas, they're like,
people are playing video games on Facebook. They have a game channel on Facebook. You know that?
That's cool.
And YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, on YouTube? Yeah, okay.
They do it on live video.
Well, it's live on Facebook. I don't ever check it out on YouTube.
Like our friend Jamie, he does that every day.
Really?
Yeah, he plays video games live.
That doesn't sound like something I'd want to watch.
Hunter, one of the questions that we went around the room earlier, I don't know if you were listening, is we were recalling like some favorite toys that we received in our youth on Christmas. Is there some standout gift that you really remember that you were just so excited when you opened it on Christmas morning?
Well, the Atari was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, that was better than a Walkman.
That's a good call, Hunter.
Yeah, that's it.
They keep you busy for hours.
I feel old. I mean, everybody's got video games and stuff. I was lucky to get a transistor radio. That ran on a little battery, a little 9-volt battery.
You and your transistor. Now, Hunter, do you remember? Like, I remember I was super excited about this. Later on, after the Atari, initial release, but somewhere around Christmas was when they released the Pac-Man for Atari. the cartridge of
Yeah.
Pac-Man,
And
that
it was
a
nothing.
huge-
It was
I think
nothing
I
like
got
the
that.
arcade.
But I mean, but that was a huge deal.
Yeah, it was horrible. It wasn't even close to the original.
No,
video
nothing.
game.
The sound and the look, it was crap. And then
they charged a premium price for it, though.
Oh yeah.
Trivia, they actually sampled that in a hit movie, Superman 3. They used the music from the Pac-Man Atari game in a scene towards the end with the
Is that legal?
supercomputer.
Is that legal?
Yeah, because they had a credit thanks to
I see.
Atari
Okay,
games for the.
okay.
But it went. Bow, bow, bow,
I'm sure you can pull it up.
Oh yeah, I could pull it up.
Yeah.
It was a terrible.
That's okay.
sound
You don't have
effect.
to pull it up.
No, it's a neat little sound.
Were they like,
Pull it up.
they
Pull
were
it
that,
up.
they were that uncreative, where they couldn't make up their own little 8-bit.
No, I know.
You know, maybe it was psychological that they wanted the reference there. So
Well, I'm gonna
so
throw it out
Atari's
I
a good.
think they had a problem with the rights with that one.
Now-
with the Pac-Man.
Do you guys ever? Did anybody other than me ever receive a bike for Christmas?
I did.
I got a great
I did.
one.
I
That
got
was a
mine.
huge deal.
Mine was a J.C. Higgins. Remember J.C. Higgins?
I don't know if I do.
Yeah.
You know, hey,
And then I got a Swin later on. You
I got
know,
a Swin.
I got a Swin.
I got
Al,
a Stingray one
yeah.
year.
Al, I got a question.
Yeah.
Was that bike you were talking about? Did it have like the transistor radio attached to it?
No, but it had a holder where you could put your transistor radio.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You just put it right there, and it had a basket on it. You know, you can put your stuff.
I think I'll play a
That
little
sounds like a girl's
background.
bike.
No, we have Hunter on the
Pac-Man.
phone.
Here we
Background
go.
is
Here it
hard
is.
as hell.
Here, listen. Hunter, listen.
Okay, guys, I'm going back to watch. Oh, okay.
You got better
You're not
things
going
to do.
anywhere, Hunter.
By God.
Thanks for calling in, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
All
bye.
right.
Bye.
Love you.
Is my laptop on now? Listen to this.
That sounds like your hard drive.
No.
Yeah, there you go. Bang, bang,
Zing.
bang, bang, bang.
See, listen to these terrible sound effects.
What? That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I remember like the first video game was Pong, and we were super excited about that. And that's like a dot and two
but
two lines.
The funny thing is that they made the Miss Pac-Man cartridge for the Atari 2600, which wasn't that far after that, and it looked like the real game.
It did.
I mean, even for a 2600, it looked pretty good.
But I love the 5200 because it was like a total upgrade.
And you
that
got
looked like the real Pac-Man.
And you got the intermissions.
And the 8-track ball that you gave me
That's
years
right.
ago,
Yeah.
where you could play Missile Command and Centipede on it.
Yeah, good
It was
stuff.
an 8-track. It was like a ball, like you ever played an
Oh, I
arcade
remember-
game out?
I remember
it's like a
that, yeah.
ball you put your palm on, and,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and you move the thing around.
could
What's it
still-
called? A check
you
ball?
can still get those.
That sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
ball you
it
put your
is.
hand on, and you move the thing around. And,
Was it hairy?
No.
No, it's very smooth.
But your palm was hairy when you finished playing with
I'm
it.
just, I'm just digging on Al, like you know, you young kids and your video games. Like when I was a kid, I got like a wooden, I got a stick and I got a rock.
He's fine. He's representing the boomers, and we're the Generation Xers.
I still want old school stuff, man. If somebody wants, I want like a 56 Les Paul Jr.
Well, hey,
Everybody
you know,
knows
Ryan
what
wants
that
to
is.
go
I'd love to
big.
have one
Oh,
of
yeah.
those.
Ryan wants to buy my reel-to-reel machine back.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah, if anybody wants to throw in and help me out.
Ryan, I just caught a YouTube channel. This guy, and apparently for Goodwill there's some I don't remember the lot, but like there's like a shopgoodwill.com. Okay?
Oh, the junior. That's yeah.
And this guy found
he didn't
that
really pay Goodwill prices. He overpaid for that. Though.
No, that 58.
Yeah,
okay,
it's like
so
$5,800.
Okay, well, no, I mean, I saw he got a 58 Gibson that this guy got.
It's a beautiful guitar, but he didn't really play Goodwill.
Do we have any
prices,
Facebook comments?
I'm
anywhere?
not looking at Facebook. I don't know.
Well, why don't you look?
All right, I'll look. I mean, no, I'm not trying
He's
to.
watching Empire Strikes Back over here.
No, I'm not trying to. All right, all
Yes,
right.
you were. I
You
know.
were on the clock, man.
I'll
Come
pull
on.
up Facebook right now, and I'll play some background music while you guys talk.
All
Am I
right.
potted up?
Can your laptop handle that?
Yeah, I hope so. Hope not overtaxing it. Here we go. Remember
Al,
this?
do-
Remember
do you-
this, guys?
Do you get a tree out?
Turn on my.
over here?
Yeah, I got it. It's in
Okay.
there.
Oh, you did? I didn't even notice.
I'll show-
I'm sorry.
it's about this big.
Oh, that's all you need.
Let me go to Facebook.
Okay,
here.
now, okay, we were talking about movies. I can't remember. I think is it Jingle All the Way, the Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
there
trying,
you go.
trying to
Yeah.
find like Action Man or something.
I
for
was
his
working in
kid.
the theater
yeah,
business
yeah.
when that came out. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was kind of silly.
That is silly for sure.
Okay, now here's what. First of all, have you guys seen the newest incarnation of the Grinch movie?
I saw some
No.
commercial.
Yeah.
What's the
No, I
newest
haven't
one?
seen-
I
Didn't Jim Carrey play in the first one?
well,
Is that the
well,
last
there's,
one?
well, you know, there's the cartoon one,
Yeah.
with with the Boris Karloff and stuff. Then there's the Jim Carrey one. There's this new one.
Okay,
And it was
there's
on.
another one.
They had it on the TV at the house I was at for Thanksgiving, and it seemed like really awful. Like the Who's didn't even look like Who's, and they've sort of rebooted the story. Chance is gonna hate this, where it's like the single hardworking mom that works all the time, and and all of her little Who children and so, and it was like so that they totally like just slipped in this like agenda into this.
Yeah, I don't like
I wasn't a big fan of like the computer animation or whatever, so I was really okay. I'm not watching this, but
I don't like when they have to change it up to appeal to. I don't know,
yeah, I know. Yeah. Now this was an interesting story about the Jim Carrey Grinch. That apparently when he was in the Grinch costume and all that makeup and stuff, he was really starting to freak out. He like claustrophobia, like was really like having.
But it's just a suit.
Well, are you telling the story? Or am I telling the story, Al?
How can a suit be claustrophobia?
I don't. I didn't have all that stuff on my face, so I can't respond to that. But
I
apparently,
think it would suck.
But anyway, so he was freaking out. He really was. So they brought in some like well, first of all, he was freaking out. So like Ron Howard's like sort of like what Al's saying, like, man up there, Jim. Put on a Grinch costume. We're filming, buddy. And he's like, you put it on. And so like, seriously, I've read all this. So like Ron Howard, okay, fine, and has him put all the Grinch stuff on him.
I bet it was
and
awful.
he started freaking out too.
Yeah,
so he's like,
terrible.
dude, you're right. So they literally, I want to say, if I'm not misremembering, they got a hold of some like military personnel. I want to say it was like Navy deep sea divers or something that would have all that gear on and be down.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
could sort of relate. Sure.
Well, they have like different like breathing techniques or like mental calming techniques and stuff to help them deal with that situation, so they don't start panicking when they're on the ocean floor or whatever. And I was like. I thought that was just like sort of fascinating because sort of
that makes sense to me, man.
I mean, lots of people wear like latex and masks and stuff, but apparently something about it, like being in the whole Grinch thing, was.
I bet it was horrible. I would hate to sit around all day. Well, I guess the paycheck makes it a little bit better. But,
A lot of blue jeans in there.
Yeah.
Money always helps.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Well, what about the iconic movie White Christmas with Bing Crosby? And
I've never seen it.
Rosemary Clooney? You've never seen it?
I just know of it from being a kid and stuff, but I couldn't sit here and discuss the movie with you. But I remember it though.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
it's like my wife.
It's actually a remake of the first one. Was called Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby, with black and white, and then White Christmas came out many years later.
I know of it because my wife likes trivia and stuff like that, so she's got a bunch of Christmas trivia games, and that for some reason that's the answer in a lot of like different trivia about, I guess, facts of that movie and stuff. But that shows up as an answer in a lot of these different trivia games.
Irving Berlin did the music.
Yeah.
We do have a Facebook comment. You're asking about Facebook.
Yeah.
Michael Hopkins, our friend, says, and great listener, I got to tour the real Cousin Eddie's RV in Atlanta at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Car Show.
Oh, cool.
Hate to give them a plug. No, I'm just kidding. I was allowed inside. It wasn't open to the general public for the inside to be toured on the inside. It resides in Lilburn. I have the owner's business card.
That's kind of cool. Who was that? Who left that comment?
Michael A. Hopkins.
Right on.
Good comment there,
Yeah,
Mr. Hopkins.
Absolutely.
And now, if I'm potted up, I have a more modern clip. I'm a little off mic. You remember the show King of the Hill?
Mm-hmm.
There's a funny episode where
I never watched the show.
All right, well,
It's kind of foreign to me.
There's a drunk punk in a laundromat who totally takes advantage of a good-hearted character who you know and love in King of the Hill. There's a quick clip of it. He meets him.
Is it a Christmas clip?
Yes.
You ever wear wet blue?
How long is this clip?
How long is it?
A lot of blue jeans in there. You ever wear wet blue jeans? Man, this is the best Christmas ever.
You ever watch King of the Hill, Al?
Bill, why don't you take Marilyn
I take that
out
back.
someplace
I have
nice
watched
for
it.
Valentine's Day. Women like Valentine's Day. They find it romantic.
Marilyn's gone.
His wife.
Of course she is. You know, Bill, even Troy Aikman takes off his uniform after the Super Bowl.
How do you know?
He refuses to take his Santa Claus outfit off. And so now he's asleep on the couch and he hears this noise outside, and it's a bunch of the drunk kids he met at the laundromat getting wasted.
Emma?
Right here. They're all drunk
Santa,
and high.
Remember me? It's Wally, the little boy from the laundromat.
What are you doing?
little boy. He's like 28.
I hope you don't mind. I told my buddies how cool you were, and they all had to meet you.
Yeah, can we have some money?
He means candy canes.
I'm out of canes, but I still have 10 pounds of Rice Krispie treats shaped like reindeer.
All right. I just love that episode. You got to see it. I'm sure someone out there knows what I'm talking about. It's a funny episode. King of the Hill.
I like some of the Simpsons Christmas specials as well.
I got
in South Park.
I have a good Christmas story. I got held up at gunpoint on Christmas Eve one year.
Well, tell us about that.
That might be a fun
Oh, that's
story.
terrifying.
Well, it was you know, on Christmas Eve everything's closed except for like Chinese restaurants and stuff like that.
Right.
So I got really hungry, and right across the street from my apartment complex, I walked over to go get some Chinese food. Yeah, and some dude came in and made us all get on the floor. I think he probably made out with about $10-15.
You never told me this. This is very serious.
Yeah, I guess this was about, I don't know, 8 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
So it sounds like thankfully nobody got hurt.
Yeah, I can't believe, I don't know, for some reason I just remembered that. But yeah, that was a fun Christmas.
Did they give you your Chinese food for free?
No, no.
I was thinking like for the
Very
trauma.
funny though.
Like-
What they did do is, I was like, "Well, I already paid for it, man. Am I gonna get? Am I gonna get my food?"
Damn.
And they were like, "Well, yeah." So they ended up still making the food, man. And they're like, "We'll throw in a free Coke." So I got a free Coke.
A free Coke.
Yeah, so I ran out of the store. I was
After that trauma?
I was on the ground because the dude was like, "Get on the ground," and all this business.
Was a white guy, right?
Yeah, of course it was. No. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Just asking.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
what
matter.
color
I'm
they
just
are.
wondering.
If you're getting robbed, you're getting robbed.
No,
Exactly.
No, it wasn't a white guy. I'm not
Okay.
even. I don't even care. But,
I'm just trying to get to paint a
He
picture.
was
that's
wearing
all.
a ski mask, so
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
know.
wearing like a bandana and a hoodie and all that stuff, but he was clearly a black
So it
guy.
could have been anybody.
He spared your life,
Yeah.
thank God.
Well, no, I took off.
Yeah. I mean,
I got up and took off. Yeah, so I got the cops. I got to sit around, and I got a free Coke out of it, though, so that was a pretty good Christmas.
Well,
Wasn't that bad?
I've been binge watching Shameless, and there was a scene where Carl was working at a popcorn shrimp place, and so he was at the counter, and so this dude walks in and says, "Give me your money," and then Carl jumps over and just beats the crap out of him, just like that, It's just like,
I like the way you said that. Give me your money.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a
just
great
give me
scene.
your money, He says, "You want my money?" Then he just jumps over. First he knocks the gun out of his hand. Then he jumps over and he pounds him. It's like, I'd be too scared to do something like that.
With the years I've spent in restaurants and stuff, like sometimes like I've had to be there like real early, like 3 a.m. like for catering things for the UJ football team.
Restaurant business sucks.
Because like when we were doing catering for the UJ football team, like we got to have the food there at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, of course.
So I remember this location was right across from the courthouse in Athens. And so it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's just me and one other guy there, right? And we were taking a little break, and we're out front having a cigarette. And there's some dude like across the street at the courthouse who is just screaming at his own reflection in the courthouse like door glass.
That's terrifying.
Oh, dude, like screaming like some phantom girlfriend or something. Where he's like, I can't use any of the language this guy was using, so it's really kind of hard to say what he's doing. But he's just like screaming, "I'm gonna get you out of your round," like loud, and it's pitch black out. And I was just like, Bob, I was like, "Let's go inside, dude. Like, lock that door."
I was working as a projectionist at a local movie theater, and I was upstairs in the booth, and then the office for the theater was upstairs, and had a long hallway, where they had the booth doors and all. And I was up there working one night, and they got robbed after they closed. A guy came in after the box office closed, made the guy go upstairs, opened up the safe, made him all lay on the floor, said he's going to kill him, and he robbed, and I was there the whole time, and I didn't know that was going on until, after it was over, Tony come running out, "I've been robbed, and he called the guy, but it was, I didn't see the guy. I was in the projection room, and the office got robbed.
Wow.
That's awful, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
movie
it is.
theaters get robbed a lot. Any kind of business like that, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Amen. Absolutely.
I was manager of the Plaza Theater in Atlanta, and I was taking the money to the banquet. You don't think about stuff like that.
No, you don't.
But I was just walking down the street to the bank. This is down on Ponce, and but nobody robbed me. But
But think about
it's
it.
it's scary.
Hey, Al.
Yeah, absolutely.
Al, can you shoot me the number for people who want to call in?
Just say it. 678
678
615
615
7560.
That's right.
That way you can call when you're not here.
And if you were ever robbed, call in with your robbery Christmas story.
Yeah, that's like.
And think about it is when the theater was robbed, it was Christmas
I'm
time.
glad I could lighten up the mood. With
No,
that.
well,
I
so,
like it, actually.
So 3 days ago, this happens to Dan. I show up at work, and one of our delivery for our paper products is there, and he beat me there by some considerable amount of time because he's got all the boxes lined up on his little ramp ready to go. So where he needs to get, I need to walk by in order to get into the front door of the restaurant. So when I'm walking by, like the office that's sort of downstairs underneath the restaurant, I'm just decided I'd just go ahead and unlock it so he can start like bringing that stuff in.
Oh boy!
And didn't realize that would set off the alarm.
Wow.
Hello, who is this?
Oh, right in the middle of the story.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, my name's Alex. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Where are you calling from, and who you calling? You calling me? You calling the Podblast?
I'm calling Dan.
You calling Danny?
Yeah, who is this?
It's Alex.
Alan.
Hey, Alan, we're talking about Christmas. What's your best Christmas memory? Best gift? What do you got to?
Yeah, so we're talking about like favorite.
Danny, this is your friend.
Yeah, he works at a restaurant. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, our food, we actually catered fully loaded pizza today. Yeah, but
thank you, Danny.
So what is one of your favorite movies about Christmas or Christmas specials?
I mean, we got to go with the original Elf, man. Come on, you can't get better than that.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
Elf, that's
on my list.
That is a
Will
real good
Ferrell.
one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
That is a good one.
Some great lines. What it was like, he's like the Ninny Muggins or whatever, and he's like, "Oh no, buddy, you're not a Ninny Muggins."
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, what about Bad Santa? That was another good Christmas.
Yeah, Bad Santa. That's a good one.
Christmas
I hated that movie.
Billy Bob Thornton.
You know why I didn't like that movie?
Because of the kid?
Well,
the way the kid
was
treated?
It's because I didn't believe. I mean, they tried to make you think that he was really. I mean, he was a nasty guy, but it was just contrived. It was not.
Yeah,
it didn't seem real to me.
Yeah,
you know, when you watch a movie, of course it's fantasy, but you like to think it's real. You know, it's just like. That's why I like the show Shameless. The people are real people. That really happens.
Yeah,
but in Bad
characters.
Santa, it just almost like they gave the writing was not very good to me.
Okay.
Say your line, Al. Say your line, Al.
What?
I'm not really fond of it.
I didn't care for that.
I didn't care for it. Yeah.
So what's other than Elf, what's another one that's a standout for you?
Oh man,
What?
Any of the Air Bud Christmas specials. There you go.
What?
Air Bud?
Air Bud.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
That's a good one.
I mean, technically, that is the Christmas movie.
I wouldn't call it a Christmas movie as much as it does take place around
That's a big
Christmas.
debate. That's a huge debate. Is it a Christmas movie or not? That goes around the
It
internet
just came
every
out
year.
at Christmas time, right?
And it has a
Originally?
Christmas setting.
Yeah.
Well,
it's set in
at
Christmas.
the end of the on the credits, they sing "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, the weather."
Yeah.
But really, that's not a Christmas song. They came out; it wasn't a Christmas song.
Make your comments.
It's been made a
to
Christmas
Al
song.
Hardy.
What?
Address Al Hardy when you send in your hate mail.
I really didn't care for it. It was okay.
There's his line.
I didn't care for it.
I didn't care for it. I don't like Bruce Willis. You know,
Really?
I'm not a fan of Bruce Willis. He's made a few good movies. Like I like The Sixth Sense he was in, and Last Man Standing. but
Striking Distance.
No,
You didn't like it?
No.
You don't think he's a good actor? Is it his talent you
he's
don't like?
No,
or-
he's okay. He's not a great actor. No.
Hey Al, for
I
our
agree.
caller right now,
I agree.
can you shoot out what the I don't know, the Facebook call sign is or whatever, if they want to like watch this episode on your Facebook.
Oh,
channel?
sure. Nostalgic Podblast Facebook group, and it's going to be on YouTube as well. Nostalgic Podblast Facebook group, and that's where you can watch us.
No.
And we're also on fistfulofradio.com.
Danny, what's your
2
friend's
to 5 Saturdays
What's your friend's
and Sundays.
name?
God, he always talks over me.
What's your friend's name? Danny.
Oh, it's Alex. Yeah.
What?
Alex.
What are you looking at? What's your friend's name?
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah,
Alex. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, Alex. So we were talking about like presents that we got and stuff like that. So we talked about like getting our first stereos and getting bikes and stuff like that. and gaming systems. Did you ever get any like game system for Christmas that you were really jazzed about, or any video cartridges or whatever they're called now?
Definitely has to be the time when I got the GameCube.
GameCube.
What is GameCube?
I don't know.
Well,
That's
it's
a
something that came back in the early
Nintendo.
2000s. It was part of Nintendo.
Yeah, there you go.
Now,
okay.
Now, Alex, I actually I didn't reference you by name earlier, but I was mentioning about the guys at work being all excited about Space Citizen.
Oh, Star Citizen, yes.
Star Citizen. Oh yeah. Okay.
I hear feedback. You got your computer on?
No, it's at his end.
It's his end. Okay.
It's my end. I'm in the restaurant right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we'll give your quick little plug about fully loaded pizza and 5 points.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was delicious, actually.
But I'm going to have to say goodbye now. Thank you for having me on, guys.
Oh yeah, thanks for calling in.
Thanks.
All right,
Get
bye,
back
Alex.
to work.
Bye.
Get back to work.
Some rough audio. Rough audio, but that's okay.
Yeah,
Well, he was.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
busy.
At work. Yeah,
Fully
busy.
Loaded is the best pizza and the best chicken wings,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
good
very
stuff.
grateful to you for that lunch.
Yeah,
They're in
absolutely.
Athens, little 5 points as you just heard. Mention other locations.
The other location is in Watkinsville.
And he's going to bring calzones next time, right?
Yeah, or baked ziti, or
Yeah, that'll work.
Caesar salad with grilled chicken.
I like Caesar
Are
salad.
there burgers
That's
on the
my
menu, or is it
favorite.
mostly pizza wings?
Well, yeah, you're thinking about the blind pig. That's
Yeah, well,
that's
I
the
know,
burgers and
but I
stuff,
didn't
yeah.
know if Fully
Now-
Loaded did that as well or no.
Now,
Okay.
Chance, and you'll like the name of this. There's something they do. It's called a redneck stromboli.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like an adult version of like a pig in a blanket, but they're taking like a full Nathan's beef Frank hot dog, and then they're rolling it up in pizza dough, and then there's like there's cheddar cheese, jalapenos, and crumbled bacon, and then it's all rolled up in this pizza dough, and they pop that in the oven, and that's called the redneck stromboli.
Sounds good to me.
Only available at Fully Loaded Pizza.
Right on, man.
That sounds good to me.
Now, getting back on track with Christmas, another quick, brief clip. This is a controversial one from All in the Family. This may be censored, I'm not sure, but it's called The Draft Dodger. It was a very controversial episode.
And this was a Christmas show.
A Christmas show, yes. A deserter of the Vietnam War winds up breaking bread with Archie Bunker on Christmas Day. And here's a quick clip.
How long's this clip?
How long is this clip?
Here we go.
I'm not a deserter.
Well, I didn't think you was. I was just trying to figure out.
I'm a draft dodger.
What did he say?
He said he was a draft dodger. Oh, come on, everybody, eat.
I mean, you're a draft dodger from the Selective Service of the U.S. of A?
Yes, sir.
Eat it. Hey, eat it. Hey, eat it. I mean, before you start eating over there, eat it. Did you hear this over here? Draft dodger, fugitive from justice, you know? FBI. How'd you like the FBI to come and have dinner with you here?
Oh, Archie, we ain't got enough turkey.
I don't want nobody to touch no food here till I get an explanation of this.
Daddy, David doesn't owe you or anyone at this table any explanations.
He owes explanations
She's gotten
to
fat.
the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. of A., the President.
Will you put the flag away? It's Christmas, not the 4th of July.
I ain't
I
talking to
wrote
you
to the
over
president about it, Mr. Bunker. He just couldn't come up with as many reasons for killing people as I could for not killing them.
What do you know about that? How you like that, Pinky, huh? We got a draft dodger here, writes a snotty letter to the Commander-in-Chief. I mean, what the hell do you do with that?
Look, Mr. Bunker, I don't want to spoil your Christmas dinner, so maybe I should go.
You're not. Oh, no, Daddy, don't let him go. Don't make him go.
Certainly he's got to go. What are you talking about? The FBI was to find him here. We could all be having Christmas dinner in a hoosgow.
Daddy, it's Christmas Eve. Now, don't go making a big crisis out of it.
Look, Arch, what David did took a lot of guts. My own father doesn't understand. Why should he? When the hell are you going to admit that the war was wrong?
I ain't talking about that war. I don't want to talk about that goddamn war no more. I'm talking about something else. And what he done was wrong.
He sounds pissed.
Say he won't go.
He said GD.
Well, they
Do
kind
you
of they
think
cut
the
it a
whole
little
people
bit.
of this country can say whether or not they want to go to war? You couldn't get a decent war off the ground that way.
You know, some of these shows got kind of serious.
No, sure they would. Because they don't want to get killed.
All right, well, there you have it.
That's
and
kind
in
of a
the aired
downer clip
version.
there.
It is. I didn't mean to bring the room down yet again, but I guess there I did it.
Why would you even play that clip?
Yeah, why would
Because
you
it's
play
controversial. I know we're trying to be jovial and
Oh,
happy. It's controversial. It's a piece of TV history. It was a very highly rated. Look, All in the Family was the #1 show for years. Norman Lear's All in the
And
Family.
right now, it's on every streaming channel you can find. For the longest, it was just on Channel 17 when I worked there.
Oh, it sure was.
And then it branched out to all these other cable channels, and everybody
the
runs it now.
Superstation.
You know,
yeah.
I got to be honest. I never really cared for it.
I didn't watch it.
No, I mean for real, I didn't really care for it.
Oh, you're
Like,
you're funny.
I-
You're funny. Yeah. It was okay.
it was okay.
It was all right. I watched it when there was nothing else on.
Now, is that like in that? Is it Rob Reiner?
Rob Reiner
Yeah, Rob
as
Reiner.
Meathead, the Meathead.
Yeah, right.
And Sally Struthers, as you pointed out, who got fat.
Oh, she's
played
huge.
Gloria.
Have you seen her? She's huge.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, well, she's
Ever
like,
since she would do those Feed the Hungry ads, it's like Sam Kinison said.
all
Well,
that
why
food-
did the camera
I'm not going down this road.
Where'd all that food go?
I'm not going down
into
this
Sally Struthers?
and then Ryan's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
60 pounds.
Hey, there's
Yeah.
hey,
When I first met Ryan, he was a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
there's
big boy.
there's a lot of people out there that
And you lost
struggle
like,
with
you lost
weight
like,
issues.
like
and-
60 pounds.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Just do a lot of drugs and alcohol, man. It works great. I lost it in like a month.
Wait, to gain the weight or lose the weight?
To lose it. Yeah.
Do the drugs and alcohol to lose it?
Yeah, just do that for like 25, 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real easy. It's
But
real
wow.
But you ate a lot too.
easy. Yeah, I did that too.
You got the munchies.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll
probably-
put y'all on that diet plan. Then.
You-
It
you-
works.
you probably
I
had a
mean,
lot.
it certainly works.
After
You had a
hearing
lot.
this show, I need to go into a 12-step program right after we wrap.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Start getting into a AA. You ever heard of Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah.
12-step program? Never mind.
No, I don't.
Oh, crickets.
But actually, we didn't point out that Chance has a Christmas tie on. He's got Santa Claus on. his
Yeah,
tie.
it is nice.
Yeah.
And that kind of
Thank
cool.
you. It kind of complements Danny's sweater. It's a Christmas shirt. It's supposed to look like a sweater. We talked about earlier.
We did. And
I thought we were talking
He's-
about an
he's got a
entirely
Santa cap.
different topic.
Santa cap.
So I would have.
Yeah, I mean, we got draft dodgers, we got AA going on, we got like drug and alcohol addiction.
I confused
we're,
Ryan.
We're making fun of people that have like a weight gain and Merry Christmas, everybody, from here at the Podblast.
I had texted Ryan. I said, "Why don't you come to a show next week? We're going to do a wrap up of 2020 and talk about all the people that died in 2020.
Well,
Because there's a lot of them.
that's depressing.
Well,
Why don't we just do a wrap-up
It's
show
not,
for 2020?
we will, but I'm saying it's not depressing. We're going to highlight the people that passed away, and maybe play a clip of one of their best performances or something. Talk about
How
the
you
good
going
things.
to highlight them? They're dead.
Well,
Jeez, you ever heard of a highlight reel?
It'll be a cheerful episode about death.
Yeah.
If it makes anybody feel any better, I wouldn't have been any better prepared.
Oh,
Well,
do you have the correction corner ready in a second?
I mean,
Well,
good. Eddie Van Halen, Neil Peart.
That's the first. Oh, I know. It's huge, man. The list is
Sean Connery.
Yeah, it's huge, man.
Al, I got a
It's
clip
huge.
for you, and this one's only 10 seconds.
Okay,
This is for the boomer in you.
hold on.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
Is this
have your story.
depressing?
It's very upbeat.
Is
It's
it
very
Christmas?
upbeat.
Is it Christmas?
It is.
Does anybody get shot?
You need not
Does
ask.
anybody
Everything
die?
is Christmas that I play from here on out. You need not ask.
No.
Ready?
What?
See if you can determine what this is.
Hazel, he's coming. Now you must be standing under him when he comes through the doorway, Mrs.
That's from Hazel.
Yeah, you got it.
I recognize the voice.
Well, it was the first name they said. She was like Hazel.
I know. Well, I recognize her voice, Shirley Booth.
The wife that's talking, you know who her daughter is? Meredith Baxter Burney. Did you know that? A little fun fact. From Family Ties, the mom in Family Ties, Meredith Baxter Burney, and she was in Family. That's her mom. Her mom was hot.
Oh, no kidding.
Nobody knows or remembers Meredith Baxter Burney but me.
A chance.
Nobody knows about that show
Chance.
anymore.
Hazel?
Chance.
Or Family
Nobody-
Ties?
Either one.
Yeah, either one.
They're just old.
A chance.
All right, well then I'll cut the gosh darn clip.
But
then.
they remember It's a Wonderful Life. They
Chance.
remember Christmas Vacation. They remember White Christmas.
I know, but I'm trying to bring up ones that aren't so cliche.
Chance.
I'm trying to bring up Christmas episodes that aren't so well known.
Hey, Chance.
I see.
Question for you, Chance.
I'm surprised there's not a Lost in Space Christmas show yet.
That's all. You know what? You know what? Hey, ask and you'll receive. Boom, here it is. Here it is.
I spoke too soon.
Here's a Christmas scene.
Yes, you did.
What in the hell is that?
Dr. Smith screaming. That's a monster you're hearing in the background.
Oh, this is a Christmas.
They see Earth right here.
It was a Christmas scream.
Oh, is that what it was?
Listen, here's the Christmas music. I didn't lie.
That's a poor clip.
How is that Christmas music?
Just keep watching. They find a portal to Earth.
Yeah.
Listen, it's real brief.
Can't we all roll our eyes at the
You're
same
talking over
time?
it.
Is it really there?
Yes.
Is it what it seems to be?
It's Earth, Dr. Smith. We found a way back.
It's low volume.
Joy, oh, bliss.
I just like the Christmas music.
They're celebrating Christmas.
Yeah, Dr. Smith ruins it.
Right on cue. All right, so that's all I'll play of
All right,
that.
so Chance, I was trying to ask you because you're the only one who will know this.
And the new Lost in Space is great, by the way. There's a new show.
Was there
Netflix? Go ahead.
was there a Christmas episode of My Three Sons?
Oh yeah, but I'm not going to play that.
Was there a Christmas episode of Leave It to Beaver?
Of course.
That's probably a,
Think about
Chance,
it.
was there a Christmas episode of Bewitched?
Several. I'm not going to play that, but I have one of. Wait till you hear this. This is really going to make Alex head explode.
What?
A Silvar and Goldar Christmas
Yes,
special?
we played it last year. Don't you remember?
You never played the iconic clip of Jimmy Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life.
I'll do that next in just a second.
Well,
remember
we're
this
running
show?
out of time.
You remember this show?
We did cover the banker and the villains episode.
Play this in the background. It's just music. Remember this show?
Yeah.
What is it, Al?
I have no idea.
Chips.
That's right.
Horrible show.
Oh, I disagree.
I didn't
Stunts?
care for it. You know?
Ladies, you didn't care for it.
I did
Okay.
not.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Let's go for a record. How many times he'll say his line in one
No,
Podblast?
I mean, it wasn't a great show.
Just
It
start
wasn't
naming all the
very
stuff
good.
that you know he
It
doesn't
was
like.
part of Jiggle TV. It was TNA. It was action.
I was working in television when that came on. I rember it.
And who put it out and distributed it?
It was on NBC.
Who distributed those?
MGM.
There you go. See? You're smart.
But he still didn't care for it.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's
You didn't care for that? Chips? It was
Well, I mean, I liked it because I was a little kid and didn't know any better.
Well, didn't know any better exactly.
Chance.
I don't still watch it.
Was
I'm
there-
just saying.
No, of course not.
Chance.
There's a Christmas episode of Chips. Go ahead.
Chance. Was there ever a Wonder Woman Linda Carter Christmas episode?
There was season 2.
That's like
There absolutely was.
I would
We
imagine,
just gave away a set to Michael Hopkins of every
Why
Linda
don't we-
Carter
why-
Wonder
why don't
Woman
we-
ever made on DVD.
Why don't we have a clip of like Wonder Woman and Christmas?
I'm going to take a guess. I would imagine any show that went on for 12 months probably has a Christmas episode.
There you
silly.
go.
A
At
show
least a
turns
year.
around and it's just like, wow.
See, but see the difference, Ryan. But like Chance has probably has watched all of them.
Oh, I've seen them.
I'm just intellectually, I realize that there's probably, as you said,
Yes, I know.
but the fact is that he's seen them all.
There's a Barney Miller Christmas
So I'm just trying to think of the most
episode.
obscure.
Barney Miller was not a good show.
obscure crap.
Chance's charm.
Well, my grandpa loved
Seriously.
Barney Miller.
Chance.
What's it? Abe Gaboda?
Abe Gavoda, yeah, Fish. He played Fish.
Yeah, Fish.
Chance.
He wasn't. He was not an attractive man. I
Is
know
he still-
that.
he's
I
still
just-
alive?
I
Oh, he was
didn't
in The
care.
Godfather.
I don't care. I didn't care for The Godfather.
Is he still alive? Yeah, I know.
Chance.
All right, that's number 6.
Did the Fall Guy have a Christmas special?
I played it earlier.
played it
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
There were 2 Fall Guy Christmas episodes.
Blanking out. I'm blanking
The
out.
Winner in season 4 and an escape clause in season 5 of Fall Guy. So a quick funny story, not funny, funny, but interesting to me. In the Chips Christmas episode, this couple robs all these houses of all their Christmas gifts. It's a sad, sad thing. And at the very end, end of my story's right here. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. Pamela Susan Shoop, who some will know who that is. She was in Halloween 2. She was in a lot of movies. Just look her up. Pamela Susan Shoop. She was the lady thief.
Never heard of her.
She was the lady thief, and she has a great line in this. Her husband, the robber, the reason he stole all this stuff is he never got what he wanted for Christmas growing up. He never got a gift. And at the end, when they get caught, his comeuppance is, she's like, we got to get out of here. The cops are coming. He's like, wait, I got to get this airplane. He always wanted like a model airplane and never got it. And so her line is, when they're caught and the cops got him, she goes, he always wanted an airplane. You just had to see it. It gets to me every time. He always wanted an airplane.
So they robbed the place.
Wasn't that just a great story?
I wonder if that was the place where then Ryan got the free Coke.
Now, he likes Pepsi.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I might
Oh,
go
you
back.
like? No, he likes Pepsi.
I never really cared for Pepsi.
I really don't even drink soft drinks, really.
I like Cheerwine.
See, all the shit that Al likes, I'm just gonna say I never really cared for that. Just from here on out, Al, like when he's really passionate, like, yeah, man, I had this like transistor radio and it was the bomb. I was like, yeah, I never really cared.
I know, I need a catchphrase.
I never.
You're funny.
I never really cared for transistor
You're
radios.
a funny guy.
I'm just gonna start saying it's not my cup of tea.
Do you guys remember this? You mentioned this last year. The very Brady Christmas reunion from 1988 TV
those
special.
are fantastic. Those are so cringeworthy.
Here's a corny ass. Remember this?
Oh, I'm sure you can find a Partridge Family Christmas.
Listen,
too.
you don't like Florence Henderson singing? Hush.
It's not very good audio.
It's not. It's someone camcorded. I'm going to cut it because you're right. I didn't notice.
It sounds terrible.
Someone camcorded it and put it on YouTube.
That's awful.
And that's the fake Cindy.
Yeah, but while we're on this, man, everybody do yourself a favor and watch the Brady Bunch variety shows. They are hilarious.
I'm sure Chance owns them on.
There's all.
they are
I have them all
fantastic.
on
I love
DVD
them.
from
I
Rhino.
love them.
I told you.
Rhino put them out. There's only 6 episodes. It only lasted
I
6
love them.
weeks.
They are so great.
It's Disco, 1976, 2 years after the original
It's
show went off the air.
So Chance, since
It's so corny.
since
It's so
it's
great.
almost Christmas, are we going to be giving away any of your Donnie Murray box sets?
Well, you should have been here last week. You should have been here last week because Al was busting my balls about that.
Oh no! Did you start something here?